Hudson. How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm proud of you, man, because the first thing you said to me in Texas was like, "Man, I'm not a real social guy," and here you are.
It's it's tough, man. It's the stupidest thing to want to be in a band and not be a super it's not that I don't like it. I just get really socially awkward
Yeah,
around big crowds, you know? So cuz I'm kind of like a big kid and I'm usually around relatively serious people and it's tough when all you want to tell is fart jokes or whatever,
yeah,
and people want to be serious, so
dude.
it makes it uncomfortable sometimes.
Oh, I hear, dude. 100%, 100% agree. Because and people, it blows people mind when they're like, "Man, you're like a really cool extrovert or whatever they call it." I'm like, no,
Yeah,
no. It takes what liquid courage helps. Like this social lubricant, I call it. Yeah, it's funny is when I was talking to Drew from the Red Clay Strays, and he same thing. I was like, dude, you better get over that because
yeah, he's got to get used to it for sure.
you're going on Joe Rogan, you're doing all these huge stages now, like because that's what I told him. He was like, social lubricant. I really like that. I was like, you can never do it though. I said, you gotta
Oh,
fix
for sure.
because it's a weird thing to say, but I have like a certain amount of beverages that where man, I can connect with my guitar better. It's so weird, and it's weird to say it's medicinal, but it just you just feel a little bit looser, and you just I don't know.
Yeah, it lets you kind of like I don't advocate, obviously, like I'm not a big advocate for going out and getting
Yeah,
smashed or whatever, but um as somebody that's dealt with you know, social anxiety and that kind of thing for a long time. A couple of beers for me, for me is helpful. Not for everybody,
yeah,
but
de-
for me, it's helpful.
definitely not for everybody.
Yeah, yeah,
I've seen the other side of that where hey, we're all right, we're all right, and next thing you know,
yeah. Oh
which
yeah, uh,
which is crazy because like country music fans, some of them are like they expect it. Like I had when you learn like George Jones, like some of his backstories, and you're like,
oh
what?
yeah.
Like you just don't show up. You just thousands, hundred, thousands of people just sitting there waiting. Like, what do you mean? Like it says right here on this ticket.
And that's something we're always like hyper conscious of is especially at the place we're at kind of in our career, the last thing we want to do is you know pull a no show Jones
Yeah,
or really embarrass ourselves out there. So we're definitely pretty conscious of that kind of thing for sure.
yeah. But the one the one thing I love about your music, I think you know what I'm gonna say. You guys have Weapon X,
Yeah.
Carson,
Oh yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
I absolutely I love his drumming, and I love how it's like spurts. And,
Yeah.
and he's like, and I'm like, yeah, and he stops. I'm like, ah, like,
Having it just to me it goes to show what kind of, and I think you see that a lot, especially in country music right now, where there's so many different influences. You look at bands like Treaty Oak and some of these other bands that are kind of doing like or like doing a touch heavier stuff than maybe what people are used to. Um, you kind of can nowadays you're getting to see what that combination of maybe some heavy metal drumming or even chuggier guitars or something like that with country lyrics or vocals or song structure or whatever. It's one of my favorite parts of like modern country music
yeah,
is kind of molding all of these different styles together. I know a lot of people kind of get heartburnt on some of that stuff. Oh, that's not real country, and it's okay. uh, I would love to get to a place where you coming from a metal background, you'll know this, like all the subgenres of metal, and it doesn't piss anybody off. It just is what it is. I'd
yeah,
love to get to a place like that with country music too,
yeah, dude.
where
Oh,
it's not a fight, where everybody's just pumped about, whatever it is, you know?
Yeah. That's the one thing I loved about, like the Texas country, the red dirt. Like you're not afraid to explore. Like I feel
Yeah,
like I always hate saying Nashville because there's some great artists in Nashville, but I just feel like
absolutely.
I just feel like there's a suit going. You got to dial that back. You get your personality out of this song. We're here to make money,
Yeah,
and
which is tough, and I think that's probably the big, if I was going to say there was a drawback to like the Nashville kind of thing, it's that even just the illusion of having a dude in a suit going, that's not fun, man. That's
yeah,
not fun because you never really get that strong connection with the artist. You don't feel like you know who they are, or you're getting their real kind of thing sometimes. Not all the time, but I think sometimes you can. People are smart, man. You can sniff out that that fakeness. You know what I mean?
yeah. It's definitely it's a huge part of your guys' sound because I was just had stuff on random and I was listening. I was like, for a second, I was like, is this Tanner Usry? And it was you guys. I knew as soon as I heard the drums
Yeah,
come in,
that's awesome.
I'm like, dude, that's Carson.
That's awesome. He definitely has a very distinctive playing style too. So again, for this kind of music, it's a very distinctive kind of sound for sure.
Yeah. What the hell does he do during little things? Like,
Gets really bored. He gets really, really bored.
oh man. The first time I heard that, I was just like, I was like, man, I would love to know what he does at a live show if you guys play this because it's like,
Well, we've been playing it a lot actually. It's one of those songs that um it started out as like a, I don't want to say like a pet project song, but it definitely meant a lot to Randall. And it was
yeah,
one of those songs that it was like, I don't want to say I don't care if people like it or not, but it was like it meant a lot to him. The lyrics are very personal, and he tells the story almost at every show that we play it at, where the lyrics are, it's a true story about his grandparents. And um yeah, man, it's one of those songs that I didn't know. It was either people were gonna love it to death and want to hear it all the time, or it would be that part of the show where people would go to the bathroom and buy merch or whatever. And dude, we've been really lucky. People have really connected to it, and especially like some of the older crowd. We get a really mixed bag of ages at our shows, and some of the more grown up folks really connect with that one for obvious reasons. But yeah,
yeah,
man, it's a good one. But yeah, as for a drummer, I bet it sucks a lot.
yeah. He's just sitting there, you know.
Yeah,
We take some selfies with my kid or something.
plan out what's for dinner or something.
Yeah, but yeah, man, that definitely is a heavy song. And what song is like your biggest connective song with crowds? Do you have one where like people like
Yeah,
they're there for it?
I I think there's a couple of them that people really tend to get behind. A lot of people really like Good Old Boys. Um,
That's a
it's
fun one.
just it's a fun, like, we always make a joke because Randall will dedicate it to the guys, because a lot of shows guys don't get songs dedicated to them. It's you're always throwing songs out to the gals out there. But I'm 42, and I feel like an old man, and so it's one of those songs that like the older guys really connect to, because it's about getting older and not being able to do the same stuff you've done your whole life, and
Yeah.
kind of realizing that, going, oh shit, this
Yeah.
this is, I can't do it like I used to. That one really connects with people. And then Nicotine, it's been around forever. um it was our first song that is our first song we ever put together, and it's also the first song of ours that ever took off with any kind of like you know, with any kind of good amount on Spotify or anything like that. So
Yeah.
people really dig that one too.
Yes.
We've been really lucky though, man. People have really gotten behind our original stuff, so it's been nice. It's been really nice.
Yeah, definitely when people, you know, want to hear your music, that's always a
Yeah,
huge compliment.
Yeah, we've been playing a lot of opening gigs, which is fun. We've been opening for guys like Sam Riggs and things like that. And it's always a real sketchy. You always worry like, golly, man, are people going to want to hear us, or they just want, do you play a lot of covers? What do you do? And man, every time people just have been really digging the original stuff. So it's been nice. It's been really nice.
Yeah, that's always been my thing with people when they're like, "Oh, don't worry, the headliners don't go on until." I'm like, "Man, you're gonna miss out on some great music." Openers, like I
Yeah.
just saw them Dirty Roses, and the
Oh, they're so
opening
good.
the opening band was like that dude was shredding, and they were getting down. I was like, "Hell yeah, I'm glad, I'm glad, I made it here on time," and and then there was a lot of other
That's
people
awesome.
that they definitely left as fans, and I'm like, dude, always, you never know. And still, like, I didn't know who he was, and I was just like, dude, it rocked. It definitely went with their style. It was awesome.
Oh yeah, it's people don't realize like every band that you like was an opener for somebody at some point, you know?
Yeah.
Like everybody was an opener at some point, and that was kind of our mantra when we really started taking it seriously and trying to go out and make stuff happen. It was like we're going to be the best opening band that you could ask for. That was our goals. Like we want to be the best opening band that you could ask for. Because I feel like if you can do that, if you can win people over as an opener, being a headliner is easy. You know what I mean? Like that's easy work.
Yeah. And I tell you what, being the opening band, you get to feel more like a rock star because you can interact with the crowd. Where when you
Oh yeah,
headline and you close out the show, you're wrapping up cables. The bouncers are throwing people out. They just all want to get out of there. But man, you're an opener, you just jump off and you're like, yeah, that was me. you
I'll
know?
tell you funny. I'll tell you a funny story, and you'll appreciate this as a metal guy. So when in my younger years, when I had more stamina, I was in metal bands, and I played in a band that we headlined a show, and the Devil Wears Prada opened for us, which was it was like holy crap, how did this happen? We were so stoked. We were like, yeah, we're big time. This is great. This is great. And the Devil Wears Prada goes on and just absolutely murders, and it's great. And there was a packed house, full. Everybody was there, and as soon as we walked out to two people.
Oh my God.
So headlining is not always what it's cracked up to be. Like you said, being the opener is that's the real for anybody that's played music live, like being the opener a lot of times is where you want to be, man.
Yeah.
That's where the fun is. And that's how we feel for sure.
Yeah. I definitely don't take any offense when I'm like, hey, when I open for me, yes. Yeah. 100%.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You get to talk to the crew, you get to learn things, you get to see things, like,
Oh, absolutely.
and it's
Yeah.
and once you're done, it's I just always enjoyed it when people want to talk to, especially like music people. They'll want to come up and they'll be like, hey, like, what's your rig like? How do you get that like
Gear
how do
talk.
yeah, oh
It's
dude,
always the best. Gear talk's always the best.
yeah, that's like I was like, oh, Roy's gonna come on. We're just gonna talk about gear.
Yeah. I had
'Cause-
to I had to convince myself beforehand, like, dude, don't just talk about guitars and stuff. Let's talk about the band too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The band probably just sitting there watching it, like, oh my god, he's talking about himself again.
Les Pauls all day long. Les Pauls, shut up.
Yeah. So is that your guitar choice?
Well, okay, let's get this out of the way. So right now I'm running. I just got an SG that I've been playing the crap out of. I love it. It's light. It still breaks up really nice. My Les Paul is about 900 pounds,
I love it.
and so it's been kind of wearing me out. I've tried a bunch of different stuff. I have this really cool Paul Reed Smith that I actually played it the first time we opened for Sam, and it was great. I liked it a lot too, but we could do that. We could do a whole show on guitars, man. That's that's
Yeah,
that's my that's my jam.
yeah. That's like one of the guys I've been playing with. He works at Paul Reed Smith. It's kind of local,
Oh yeah,
and
that's up in your neck of the woods. That's right.
yeah, yeah. And because I bought a Silver Sky, and he goes, dude, I just made a whole bunch of them yesterday. I'm
That's
like,
wild.
man, I, that's got to be so cool. Just to,
Do you like the Silver Sky?
dude, I love it. I absolutely love it. People say like the neck is weird. And I'm like, no, I like playing like thick necks, like cut a baseball bat in half, and that's what I want to play because I have big hands.
That's
And
how Randall is. He likes big necks like that.
yeah, like I like my Ibanez because it's so versatile, but that wizard neck, I'm just like, it's too flat, and it just makes me play weird. I just, it's funny is every once in a while someone will look at my hands and go, "God damn, you got big hands." And I was just with Jared Morris. Jared Morris and Tennessee Jet was there. We were at his studio, and he's looking at me, and he's like, "Dude, you have gigantic hands." I'm like, man, for like I'm only 6'1", I guess they are kind of big, but every once in a while someone will see him. But I'm like, I don't know. I just like that this Silver Sky is. I never had a Strat.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever had anything with like true single coils. I always had like the HS2s, like the Ingve Malmsteen. They're technically
Yeah.
they're they're double stacked. They're little humbuckers and just one
Super
position.
hot ones too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny is prior to listening to country music, if I saw a guy with a Telecaster, I just like rolled my eyes. I had no idea how hot and how versatile and how
Dude.
those things scream.
Oh, that's one of my favorite things that I've learned from playing this kind of music. I was the same way. I thought Telecasters were the worst.
Yeah,
And actually my late father-in-law um out of nowhere bought me a thin line Telecaster, and because he knew I wanted like a semi hollow guitar, and so he bought me this thin line Telecaster, and I was like, kind of like you, I was like, oh, that I get it now. They're just so powerful and so easy to play and lightweight. Yeah, man, they're the best. That same Telecaster is one of my number ones. I use it all the time.
now with a semi hollow, does that feedback a lot?
This one doesn't. And I switched out the bridge pickup with a little 59. So it's pretty hot. And I don't get any feedback issues. I had a 335 for a long time, and that was the only thing that I would run into with it was every now and then if I was really cooking, we were playing like outdoors, really cranked up, it would feedback a little bit. But
Yeah,
no, the Telecaster's not bad at all. Not bad
nice.
at all.
Yeah, I always wondered that because what's his name from them Dirty Roses plays a semi hollow and they're cranked.
Yeah,
I'm
they
like,
they got yeah, they're loud. I love that. They're loud boys. I can
yeah,
dig it.
yeah, dude. I hope to one day see you guys play live. I,
Man, I hope so. It's we gotta next time you come down to Texas, man, we gotta link up because I think you would enjoy it. It's a lot of fun.
yeah, I feel like from the record and the live show, I feel like it to me just from meeting and talking. I think, in my opinion, in a weird way, I'm like, there's got to be moments where they just can't help themselves and they just start destroying stuff and just
100%.
not equipped. You know what I mean? Like, dude, we're
Yeah,
on
yeah, no,
fire. Let's do another 16
100%.
bars.
100%. So that's a big part of I think any success that we've gotten, especially with our live show, has been when people come and see us live, it's you get as close to the record as we can like what Randall can do with his voice live, it's uncanny. It's so spot on. And he hears that after shows so much like, dude, I can't believe how exactly the same it sounds for the record because it's hard. Singing live is really hard with
Yeah.
weather and we've had things like smoke. Like we played at at like a barbecue festival, and he had smoke just busting into his throat, and he's still singing just like the record. But one of my favorite things that we do is there's a few songs. We're big blues guys, me and Randall both, we're really big into the blues, so there's a few songs where we will absolutely just cut loose and, you know, show off there's no other way to say it, we show off a little bit, and
Yeah,
it's a good time. It's loud and it's in your face, man. It's a lot of fun.
yeah, dude, I love that. Like you can tell when a band's getting it and they're having
Oh,
fun
yeah.
and they're jamming, and it's hey man, you're giving the people what they want as well because there's people that want to see talent, and like it's really cool, especially when people grew up, especially older people, like when like guitar heroes were like
Yeah.
be like started being things of you know normally it was just like Elvis. It was that, and like it's weird because like you get like fined for doing stuff like that, and
Oh,
and
yeah. Yeah.
you can't that's and then a bunch of other stuff came out, and like these people grew up with like guitar heroes, and you go to a bar and you see someone like rip on guitar and you're like, dude, this is awesome because a lot of people didn't get to see those guys when they're doing that. And
Yep.
it's amazing how like you can just walk into a random bar somewhere and you could see somebody that might be one of the best guitar players you've ever seen. And I love
Especially
that.
I don't, I don't wanna toot my state's horn, but especially in Texas, man, there is that's one of the things that I learned at an early age was, you know, as good as you think you are, there's a 13-year-old in Texas that's better than you. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, I remember being, probably 18 or 19 years old, and I went to the Arlington Guitar Show, which is a big thing down here, and they always have this thing called the, 20 under 20, and it's the best guitar players under 20 years old, and there was a kid that was, like, literally maybe 12 or 13 years old that was just smoking everybody. Like, it wasn't even close. Wasn't even close. I was like, that's when I was like, okay, no, no matter how good you are, there's a 13-year-old in Texas that's better than you somewhere.
Yeah.
But
Dude,
yeah, man, we definitely like giving people their money's worth for sure.
yeah. Oh, like it gets it gets the crowd into it, especially like the dudes. If they're there for like a country show, they're there just to be supportive of their girlfriends and wives and whatnot. And it's cool. Like when I used to play with one band and they were playing country, not the kind that I liked, but I'd pull out my Dean from Hell and just start doing dime squeals and be like, what is going on? And like
That's awesome.
it's funny is we played some songs where I'd be in like C sharp and I'd play like Zach Wild, and people are like, "Dude, I've never heard that played like that." And I was like, "You never heard it played good."
Yeah.
They're like, "I'd never seen," because I always would look over at the lead singer and I say goodbye because you're not going to see me, And they're like,
Yeah.
I've had a lot of people come up to me and they're like, "Dude, we've never seen anybody play that." Like that. I'm like, yeah, I have to play it like that because it's so uninteresting to me. It's like it's funny. Like I don't want to say the name because he's seen. I was talking to Dylan Welton. He's like, Patrick, you got to be careful because I know we poked some fun at this Nashville guy, but he's like 6'7", and man, he punched me in the chest and said, "I saw that video of you all talking about me," and I was like, ugh. Yeah, but it's like some of the solos on some of that pop stuff is literally the major scale. It's
Yeah.
incredible. I'm like, people are like, I like that part. I'm like, it's a scale. It's a pattern.
It's the thing for me coming so I came from a very heavily blues influenced background. Like
Nice.
when I started playing, it was all Black Crows and like
Mm.
Led Zeppelin and Stevie Ray Vaughan, obviously that kind of thing. So I knew big bends and speed. It was lots of big bends with really solid vibrato and speed. And so the first couple of country kind of things, because I didn't, I admittedly, I didn't grow up on country music. My dad was a classic rock guy. My parents were blues fans, so I grew up, you know, about not a million miles from country, but definitely not a country family.
Yeah.
But the first handful of country people that I really got into, like Brent Mason,
Oh yeah.
it
Incredible.
like it was like, yeah, it was like algebra. I was like, what is happening right here? I couldn't understand it because it was fast and it was technical and it was melodic and there was zero distortion. And
Yeah.
so I was going, holy shit, what is this? And then Brad Paisley, early Brad Paisley stuff. What I mean, still now he's a shredder, but like some of the really early Brad Paisley stuff was just mind blowing for me. But yeah, there a lot of the super poppy stuff does kind of get yeah, really simplified. But
Yeah.
but the thing is, I get it because they're not, it's kind of something that I worry about with our band sometimes is because I think, Randall has such a phenomenal voice and I don't want to step on that. I don't I want people to because everybody can play guitar. I say that all the time. Everybody can play guitar,
Yeah.
but not everybody can sing like him. And that's I want people to hear him sing. That's the main thing. So I can kind of sympathize with that a little bit,
Yeah.
for sure.
Now, when you're having a conversation with somebody and they say Jimmy Page is the greatest guitar player ever, do you have an answer for that? As like, because
You know what I do? It's funny. It's so funny because I was just listening to is 10 Years Gone? Listen, listen. He may not be the most technically proficient guitar player, but I think he is the most creative guitar player of all time. Some of the chord structures that he would use, just I don't know how he came up with some of that stuff. 10 Years Gone is a good example of I think that's what it's called, 10 Years Gone. Anyway, um, because it's weird. It makes no sense. The chord changes make no sense to me. Especially Jimmy Page coming again from a blues background. It makes no sense to me how he came up with some of that stuff. So what is the best? I don't know. Who knows?
yeah,
Like there's people like there's people that dog on Stevie Ray Vaughan, and I don't get that either. And even Jimi Hendrix, people will dog on Jimi Hendrix. Oh, he was sloppy. He was out of tune all the time. Yeah, it was 1968.
yeah,
Like what do you want from the guy? He was doing everything he could with what he had.
yeah. Because that's a huge thing. Like when people say, "Oh, Jimmy Page," there's like a bunch of people that like they will get into screaming matches
I
over.
I get it. I get it. When you can listen to guys like Herman Lee and Ingve and some of these like insanely just top tier guitar players that modern guitar players, yeah, man, you go listen back to like blues pentonic scale and it's like, oh, okay. But it's a different time, different deal. Like,
Yeah,
it's like hearing Elvis or the Beatles for the first time. Like nowadays, it may not get you going, but holy shit, back then it was like listening to Meshuggah for the first time or something. People were like, "What is this?"
yeah, yeah. It's like I know they're hugely influential. I just could never get into their music. It was just too like bubblegum pop.
Yeah,
But
I get
I
it.
obviously the impact of just even musically and culturally. God, sometimes I get on here and you press
That's
this
a
red
that's
button,
a tough one. That's a
I can't
tough one.
talk. But you know what I mean. But yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen so many because like I really don't like acoustic music. COVID kind of ruined that. Like I love a great acoustic sound. Like there's some acoustic sounds I can listen forever, but they called it like Unleaded and Gallows Pole. They absolutely crushed that song on acoustic. And I
Oh,
just
dude.
that was one of the coolest. That was back when like MTV was doing like the unplugged stuff and
Yeah.
gets
Oh yeah.
Stevie Ray Vaughan playing a 12 string like it was an electric 6 string. I was just
Oh
like,
man. Like nothing. Like it was nothing. Just
it's
flying on it.
incredible. Do you know how many? Well, you know how many pounds of pressure. Like I made the mistake of I cut all the strings off of a 12 string to restring because I needed the space. Man, that neck, that
It's a
the
mile wide.
that piezo or whatever, it's warped. I have like no G
Oh
string volume, and I'm like, oh my god. And I'm not taking it to a guitar center like, where they're like, oh yeah.
yeah.
I'm like, man, I need a guy that like I know a guy. It's like when I was talking like Zach Wilkerson, who can do
Yeah.
everything, build amps, fix guitar. I would be
Yeah.
like, dude, I'd be at your house all the time. I'd be like, hey, get the action like this. Can you match it to this? Can you get specs to this? And I was like, dude, I'd be like, take all my money, be my best friend, you know,
Yep. Yep. Absolutely.
because I'm fine with a soldering gun and it gets right next to it, and just I'm terrible. Yeah, it was never good.
I try to do all the work on my guitars, but there's a lot of stuff that I just
Yeah.
no way. My like you can talk about big hands. I'm a big dude. I got steak fingers. Like ain't no way, dude. Some of
Stick.
that small soldering stuff, I can't get my hands in there. Ain't no way.
Yeah, yeah. It's that's funny. I have to change these washers in my shower because like they're like these little rubber things, and the thing it's leaking. I cannot get my hands in the thing, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I need. I was like, man, it would be a great time to have a kid or somebody, you know. We're like ask. I'm like, hey, can I borrow your wife's hands? You know, like I swear, like I can't. But yeah,
You're like
like
small-handed people.
yeah, yeah, that's funny. Yeah, it's just Stevie Ray on that 12. I'll never forget it. I was just like, it's uncanny the amount of. Well, they said he played like 13s and whatnot. That's the only reason why I have them. I'm scared to death to put them on because
Yeah, whenever I was younger, I tried to do that whole thing, and it just I'm to the point now where I don't even like 11s. I was doing 11s for a little while, and I went back down to 10s. I was at 9.5s for a little while,
yeah,
but 10s
yeah,
10s are about where I'm pretty comfortable there.
yeah. It's funny. People will pick up my guitars and they'd be like, "Why is your action so high?" I'm like, I like to dig in. I like I like to beat on a guitar. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
it just sounds better. If the strings are too close, they're just gonna flop out. I was like, I want them to be able to resonate and ring as long as they possibly can. And it's, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
it's some of like it's my people are like, how do you play these this fast? And I'm like, it's just, man up, dude. Press down harder. And
Well,
then like,
everybody's got their sauce, man. Everybody got their
yeah,
special sauce, you know?
yeah. I've played some where you have to like have like a glass like approach to the guitar because it doesn't take any amount of pressure just to play the notes, and it is cool. Like it's endless, and I really wish I knew how to set up a guitar because like that dude that's Silver Sky, I would bring all my guitars and be like, make them play like this. I don't know how, just because I've done like when you get the telly with the saddles, you're like, what the
Oh,
hell?
yeah.
What the hell's going on? What's with these little and then the ones with the bars? I don't even know what they're called. I was just like, how do you intonate this thing? And it's just
Oh, yeah. That's the great thing about PRSs is, like, as soon as you get them, 'em, they're ready to go.
yeah,
Like, I'll give them that. Like, the right out of the box fit and finishes really hard to beat. Really,
yeah,
really hard to beat.
yeah. Be great if they're a little bit cheaper though. Just just saying
For
there.
sure.
Just saying there,
For
Paul.
sure.
It, what's
Hey,
funny is
Paul.
yeah, hey Paul. He was at like the bar down at the street. He has a band and he was just playing. I was like, and I had nothing else to do. And I found out like a day later. And I come to find out, people were like, oh, yeah, he was hanging out. He was talking. We were just talking guitars. Paul Reed Smith. I was like, dude, he would probably end up being like, yeah, I got to go. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
just stop talking.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, what about this? What about this? You know?
I'm always so hesitant to start talking about that stuff because, man, once I get going on it, it's like, that's it. you know?
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
well,
I know how you feel.
yeah. Now, like, I guess I do wanna know, like, Little Bit Lonely, what's the clean? The the signal channel on that clean? I love how massive it sounds.
So, it was a Gibson double cut, with P90s,
Ooh.
going through honestly, it was one of the few songs that we did with, an Axe Effects. It was I wanna say it was like a Fender clean out of, an Axe Effects. Almost everything else was analog. I recorded most of you'll probably never hear this again from like a country band, but I recorded all of my guitar tracks through a JCM 800, and Randall recorded all of his guitar tracks minus the cleans through a train wreck.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
oh, I can't remember which one it is, but it we went to SG Studios, which we don't talk about that enough, and we really should. We went to a place called SG Studios in White Settlement down here in Texas, and Greg White was the producer on all of the songs minus Nicotine. It had already been recorded, but his he had like 4 amps, and he was like, "You can use yours, you can use mine, or we can go digital." And I didn't really want to go digital just because I'm old and stubborn. Um, and yeah, man, we did a JCM 800 and a train wreck for almost all of it. And it's just, variations of pedals and that kind of thing. But yeah, man, that double cut P90 got a ton of time in the studio. It was a workhorse in the studio. Some of the best tones I've ever heard came out of that guitar and that train wreck. It was unbelievable.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
and the train wreck, is that based off of, like, a Vox AC30? Is that
I
I can't remember, 'cause I know,
I
like,
I
Brad
I think so.
Paisley's
It sounds it's very British for sure.
yeah,
Very, very British. It had that kind of that chimey high-end thing for sure. It was not and I may end up sounding stupid here, but it did not sound like a Fendery kind of thing to me.
mhm,
Um, it was definitely British sounding to me. But dude,
yeah.
we kept trying to get Greg to sell us the amps. 'Cause, and we have zero money. We're like, dude, I'll give you $800 for it. He's like, I'll sell it to you for like 8,000. Damn it. And that was a good price. You know what I mean? Like that
Yeah,
was genuinely a pretty good price for it, but we ain't got that kind of scratch, man.
yeah, yeah, it's like Dumbles and stuff, and
Oh
it's
yeah.
I'd like to get a hold of them. So you're an analog guy?
Yeah, I've tried. I ran I did a Helix for like 2 shows, and it's not that the sounds were fine. Um, I'm dumb. Like I'm dumb, so I couldn't really program it in a way that I enjoyed using it, you know? It's just easier for me to have an amp and some pedals and know that, like, when you touch that, it does that, you know?
Yeah,
Randall has gone digital. He got a Tone X and has found some just really good sounding amps in there, which it wasn't hard. I mean, everything sounds so good now. Um, but yeah, I I've always liked having an amp behind me. I like playing loud. Um, and yeah, man, I'm kind of an idiot, so I need really simple things,
yeah.
you know.
It's nice just to spin a knob and be like, "Oh, that's the sweet spot."
Yeah, yeah, there it is. Yeah, yeah.
Because with the amps and everything, the digital, there's you end up playing with that more than you do playing your instrument, and that can get super annoying.
Yeah, it's cool. I get it. Like it's cool. Like a lot of the guys that we've run around with, like Geo and them, they use the quads, and I think Sam and all his guys are using quads. Like I get it. It's man, why wouldn't you? It's simple. You throw it down, you plug it into the front of house, and you go. But I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I, I don't want to do that. There's really no good reason. I have the HX Stomp on my board. It's for if my amp blows up, and
Yeah.
even then, I'll probably look for another amp
Yeah.
if I can find one.
Yeah. It's funny when I went to Texas, I had my Kemper with me. It was actually on stage, and I was gonna. We just never sound checked it. It was just running around so much, and they're
Yeah,
like, get up there and play." I'm like, "Man, like, when am I gonna get up there and play? Just be up
that
there
was a
by
really
myself."
fun event, by the way. That was a really fun event, man. We don't get the opportunity to um just bro down a lot with other musicians because everybody's always playing.
Yeah.
Like Dylan Welsh from Lowdown. I only get to see him like like maybe once every 6 8 months, and he was there for a few minutes. Some of those guys, it's John Teague was there. Love hanging out
Yeah.
with him. Like those guys, we never unless we get lucky and we get to play with them, or we have a weekend off, which is pretty rare. Thank goodness. Um, we just nobody ever gets to really just hang out. So that was such a good event, man. I'm so glad that y'all put that together. That was awesome.
Yeah, we're doing it again next year. I believe October 14th again.
That'd be
So
awesome.
yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
do. We had like a. We're gonna have a little bit more organization. Me running around trying to
It's
see if.
hard. It's hard, man. It's hard.
I'd be like, "Hey, we pulled your name out of the bucket," and they're like, "Oh, dude, I'm wasted." I'm like, "Oh, all right,
Yeah.
next name."
Yeah.
Which is cool. That's what you're there for, to hang out and talk,
Yeah.
like you said. Like Dylan, he's been to a bunch of them. We've been doing these for a long time. And I felt bad because I was kind of like, man, like you just turn around. There's people everywhere that like I
Yeah.
know and love their music, and it's just like, hey, and then man, and then emceeing it when I was running around, and I think we're gonna try to get back to like being able to like do some stuff, switch some stuff, and still be able to do the hang. But yeah, we started doing it, and man, now we just need a whole venue.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. We went to the year before we went to the one with the white elephant,
Hmm.
and that was unbelievable. And I knew I was like, it's gonna have to get in a bigger place because
Yeah,
it was just front to back. You could hardly move in there. And
yeah,
even at Rhinestone, it was the same way. It was front to back, man. It was awesome. It was awesome.
yeah. I just John Cott. He's like, what's incredible is this is all started from some guy from the Northeast,
Yeah.
which like which
I
blows
know,
my mind
right?
because people always go, "Where are you from?" And they're like, "How? What?" I'm like, "Yeah." I've had a lot of people just be like, one of the first big thing was like Aaron Watson was like, "Hey, come to the ranch." I'm like, "Aaron, I live in Delaware, dude." And he's like, "What?
Yeah.
How does that happen?" And that's been kind of like the whole thing of the channel, like because like I not a lot of people up here know that this whole scene exists. Like they turn
Yeah.
on country radio and they're like, "Nope." Like I have a guy. He was like, he couldn't remember the guy's name. He's like, yeah. Was it? I typed in, what you said and want to listen to. And he goes, "Man, I love this guy. I can't think." He's describing. I'm like, "Dude, I have no idea who you're talking about." And he goes, John Moreland. I was like, "Whoa, John Moore?" He goes, "Yeah, love the dude." And I'm like,
That's awesome.
I was like, "That's like an artist of." I was like, "Dude, how did you?" And he's just going down, and then he finds out. He's like, what are you doing tonight? I'm like, "Oh, I'm going to them Dirty Roses." He goes, "I was just listening to them." So I always when I try to. It's weird how like I thought my music friends would be all excited, and then
Yeah.
now it's like, dude, we could go play shows. Let's go hang out in Texas, see if we can play a show. And they're like, nah.
Oh, that sucks. They got just don't come down here in the summer, man. That's really the only time it sucks is it's when it's hot, it's really hot.
Yeah. It-
Otherwise, there's no better place on earth.
yeah.
But
It's funny that
summers are tough.
I was at the Troubadour Festival and I was looking up at the sky. And the guy goes, "What's up?" I was like, "I'm just seeing if it's going to rain." He goes, "Where the hell are you from?" "Rain?" I'm like, yeah, sorry. We have
We
seasons. It rains every 15 minutes up here. It feels like.
even it's I've lived here my whole life, and I still have to get reality checked every now and then. We very luckily we got to play Green Hall, which I don't know if you know Green Hall. It's one of the most revered venues in Texas. Um, and we played it in October, and I was talking to my buddy Anthony, and I was like, "Yeah, man, we're playing Green Hall in October, so maybe it won't be too bad." And he just kind of laughed. He's like, brother, it's still going to be hot as shit. Like you're not going to be able to get away from it. And we go there, and it was one of the hottest shows I've ever played in my life. I almost passed out like twice. Like this is ridiculous. October shouldn't be this bad.
Yeah,
But it's just an old barn, so I don't know what I expected. Of course, it's going to be hot in there.
yeah. That's like I stepped off. It was October this year. I went to Texas and I stepped off the plane, walking in the terminal, and then I stepped outside with that hoodie on. And I was like,
Nope.
"Oh yeah, I forgot it's hot down here
Yeah.
because it was like 90 when
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
came down. I was like, man, this is it's this shock, because it was like it's like 40s, 50s up here, getting down to 30s at night, and
Oh.
it's
Imagine being a big dude, like, I'm a thick fella, so the heat is like, I don't wanna say it's worse for me than everybody else, but it definitely feels like it. It feels like it for sure.
and with your stage gear, you're definitely sacrificing comfort for fashion,
Oh,
right?
for sure. For sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't help having all that baloney either, you know?
Yeah,
Oh, well. Yeah, it looks
yeah,
cool, so
yeah. I heard that's like a Rio Tripiano quote. He's like, I definitely sacrifice comfort for fashion because
Oh, yeah.
you got to look the
I
part.
Well, that's one of the things that I learned, early on in like the punk rock scene is when everybody's dressed the same, you don't really know who's in the band. And
Yeah,
then it's hard to like you don't know who to talk to, and you don't know who to buy merch from. And so um I always describe it as like because the way I dress at shows is not very far from the way I dress all the time. But it's just me just bumped up just a touch. You know what I mean? Just a little bump, just to add a little peacock feather or whatever to the whole vibe. Just so
yeah,
people know if you want to buy a T-shirt, you probably should go talk to that guy.
yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah, like you definitely want to walk into a place and have the band. I mean, the people go like, "Oh, you're the band," you know,
Yeah, yeah.
or
Because that's one of the most awkward things for a band member is that initial. When you first get to the venue and everybody's looking around trying to figure out who they need to talk to. There's not a more vulnerable time. It's like it's like when a turtle gets born on the beach or something.
yeah,
We're all like, I don't know who to talk to.
yeah,
So if you look the part, it cuts a lot of that uncomfortableness out for sure.
yeah. It's just for some reason that just reminds it. One of the first things I was playing for a guy that he had huge numbers at the time. Dave, like close to 5 million Spotify followers, and it was like a
Jeez.
big deal. And I didn't know any of the songs on the set list, and he knew who I was because I was outside the venue, like trying to play and learn these parts because they called me the
Oh
night
man.
before, and it was funny, is because he was like, "Do I really have to teach you this right now?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, like you just tell me the key. I know how to play in key. Like, don't worry. If in doubt, pentatonic it out, or major. I'll
Right,
just play.
absolutely, yeah.
I'll do, and but yeah, he had so many. He's like, man, this is the first time I'm playing up north, and I said, I wouldn't consider Maryland north because he wanted to know like certain things, like how's the crowd gonna be, And I
Yeah.
was like, you know, you're up north when you hold the door for someone and they yell at you for it.
Yeah.
I said,
It's
wait,
it's a different thing like that?
it's no, I say that jokingly, but when you go to the big cities, it's like they're like, get out of the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They get out of the way because it was funny. Like one couple of the questions for me, he's like, "Can I play Hank Williams Dinosaur here?" And I'm like, Yeah, I don't see why not. And he's like, well, I get nervous when I play
Right.
that. And I was kind of like, oh, and I'm like, here, let me go listen to it. And I was like, oh, I got that. Yeah. Yeah. Let's just feel they can always change.
Yeah,
But,
for sure.
but yeah, it was because the venue, the people there at the venue, they knew who I was or who, and they're like, oh, how do you know him? And he goes, oh, he plays. They said another band, another big band. I was like, no, that's not me. And I didn't correct anybody. And he's like,
Yeah.
man, you playing that band? You're on my label. I'm like, no, that's not. I don't even look like the guy, And it was, and then nobody knew who he was, and people they handed him a camera and said, hey, can you take a picture of us? And I was like,
Oh,
he's like, really? You gonna do this right now? You gonna have me take your picture? I'm like, dude, let me live it. Let me live it. And then I'll tell
just
him I'm
give me
I'm not the
this one.
singer.
That's funny.
I'm like taking
That's
pictures of those
funny.
people.
Oh,
Yeah. It,
that's
it was
brutal.
yeah, it was man, that's because what helped was my drummer was it was his drummer at the time. So I already knew how to play with him. I already knew what to expect. And yeah, it's wild. Uh they it was his first co-write and it went platinum. Like he just
Holy cow.
oh yeah. I
Wow.
I said, what do you do anymore? Quit his job. And it does I said, what do you do? He goes, I spend money. I'm like, keep some of that for taxes. Every
No
BMI,
kidding.
yeah, every BMI quarter, I call him up because I'm wondering when the song's gonna plateau, and he's just
Yeah.
did astronomical amount of that of number. I'm like, what? What? And he goes, yep, dude, it's crushing. And I was like, man. So all I had to do was sit on that couch, write a word, get a third.
That's almost where Randall was before we did this. He was seriously considering doing, he calls it mailbox money. He
Hmm.
was really considering just being like a songwriter, but luckily we did
Convinced
this
him.
instead.
Yeah. Is he primarily the songwriting engine of the band?
Yeah, the way that it's gone so far, it's been he's been like a spring. So it like you don't want to go, hey, stop. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
when somebody's on a roll, you just you ride that hand, and he's been just cranking out bangers. We write together a lot. And we're a band, like don't get me wrong, like everybody in the band has their part and their say and does their thing. But as far as like lyrics go, the vast majority is Randall. Music wise, we all do it together. Everybody writes their part. It's one of the things that I'm the most proud of about our band is that I didn't realize, and this is not a knock on anyone, genuinely, it's not a knock on anybody. I didn't realize how much studio stuff was done by studio specific guys.
Hmm.
Which it might sound naive, but I just figured everybody was playing their stuff, and that's just not the case. So that's one of the things that I'm really super proud of is with our band is that what what you hear on the record, what you hear live, um, we wrote that stuff. That's us.
Nice.
We did all of that in the studio, all of it. So I'm you know again being like an old school guy, I'm really proud of that kind of stuff. Being able to translate it live and it sound decent,
Yeah.
like that's a big thing for me.
Yeah. And you feel it more when you
Yeah, for
play it.
sure. Yeah, when you have that ownership, when it's your deal, I think that's one of the things that we've really like really pushed is like this is our baby, this is our stuff.
Yeah.
Um, it means a lot. Yeah, it means a lot to us for sure.
Yeah. Now, do you have a song personally that's your favorite that you just see it on the set list and you're
Yeah, man. I right now I've really been enjoying Little Bit Lonely is always a really fun one to play because it's probably our heaviest song. And we really get to do I I mean, you know, I don't want to be selfish, but I get to do a lot of fun guitar stuff in that song. Um, it's kind of a challenging song, a lot of weird guitar stuff. Um, there's a song we have called Abilene
Mm,
that it's very, very simple. It's just a rock and roll song. Me and Randall have like dueling solos. And he plays his ass off on that solo, and it's always fun when the singer, that a lot of people don't realize, like he's a very good guitar player too. I know, like I get a lot of shine guitar wise, but he's a very good guitar player as well. So I think that's one of the cool things when people do come see us live is they go, "Oh shit, it's both of you guys. Like they both can play. Like hell yeah, we both can play."
yeah,
he's
dude.
he's he's good, man, and he's getting better and better and better. So it's a really cool thing to watch.
Yeah, dude, I love that. It like you said, when the lead guitar player, and you're like watching his hands, you're like, where's that coming from? You see the lead
Yeah.
singer like
Oh
ripping.
yeah.
That's that's always like a real big surprise. Just I don't know why, like
Right. Yeah. He's honestly one of the best musicians like that I know. Like he's an incredibly talented, like he plays piano. He
okay.
actually, believe it or not, when the band started, this is how I like to tell people this because this shows how stupid we were. When the band started, he barely sang at all and was playing bass. And so through inevitable lineup changes and stuff, people, go to work and whatever. Um, is like, bro, sing.
Saying
And
yeah.
and yeah, because I knew he was a good singer. We met years and years ago. I filled in for his back when he had like a solo, like the Randall Cloudis band or whatever. And I filled in just literally just having fun. It was not like anything serious at all. I was like, man, I haven't played in a while, and like, come fill in. And we just clicked, like instantly clicked, like brothers. You know what I mean? Um, and yeah, he, you're right. But people see a lead singer throw some tasty licks in, and it catches them off guard. What is going on with that? But dude, I'm telling you, kids got skills. Kids got skills.
Yeah, it's like there's a couple bands where like I didn't know Zach Wild was a singer of Black Label. I was like, what
Oh
the
yeah.
and
Or like
Alexi.
like the Darkness. Do you remember the Darkness?
Yeah,
Their lead singer is an incredible guitar player.
dude, when I believe in a thing called love. As soon as
Yeah,
that guitar tone, I'm like, dude, I haven't heard anything like that in so long.
yeah.
It it reminds me I man, one of the first experiences of listening to this, like Texas Red Dirt and everything, was Whiskey Myers. And I said, man, these guys remind me of like Buck Cherry, just like guitars and rock music. Now, Buck Cherry
Just
has
yeah,
some,
just
just some, the lyrics are kind of tacky, but Buck Cherry was one of like the first bands where they had like the Marshall rock and roll guitars and it had horns at the same time.
yep.
And man, their fan club was just like, what? I'm not like, I'm just talking the sound because, like you just don't at that like new metal era where everything started sounding the same. It's all like the same compressed sound, and it's just like,
And
I,
yeah, they were like almost like a classic rock band, you
yeah,
know?
and just it had character. Now the lyrics are kind of they're
Yeah.
on the level, but I'm a guitar player. I like guitar tones, but when the Darkness came out, and oh my god, it was like that vintage modern, and
Yeah,
when
oh
he hit
yeah.
that falsetto. I was just like, oh, dude, this is the song of the summer. And all their other songs, what was the one, bought a one-way ticket to hell and back? Like the one
Yeah.
album, they had so much like, it was like a fun, super talented band. I and I think I compared Austin Mead to the Darkness once, and he was like, yeah, dude, I was just on tour with them. I'm like, oh, because that's the one thing when I I realize comparing people don't like that. Like it's
That's
always
tough, yeah.
yeah,
It's tough. We
which
get we get that a lot because especially like a newer band or a band that people don't know very well. Like that's the first that's almost the first question. Who do y'all sound like? We
yeah,
get that a ton. And so it's I could see where it would frustrate. It's certainly established bands. I could definitely see where it would get frustrating. For us, it's like we we have to answer that question. You know what I mean? Because again, a lot of time people are seeing us for the first time. Like if we're doing one of these opening slots or something like that, we're trying to carve out like, hi, how's it? This is us, and so inevitably that comes up, and we hear it all. We hear Whiskey Myers a lot. You guys sound kind of like Whiskey Myers. Thank you. That's awesome. Like it. I'll take that any day of the week. They're the
yeah,
first band country wise, like I don't even know that you can call them a country band, but they're the first non like heavy metal or punk rock band that I heard that I went, hell yeah, this is awesome, Because the same thing like you were talking about with like Buck Cherry or some of those other bands. Um, it was the first band in this kind of genre where I went, oh man, that kind of sounds like classic rock. That's my
yeah,
that's my thing, Little blues in there, loud guitars, crazy drums. Like, yeah, give me that. Give
yeah.
me that all day.
And then that the slide guitars they do.
Oh,
I love slide.
and that's I'm glad they've always been a pretty well regarded band, but it seems like here in the last maybe um 5 or 6 years, the guitar players are starting to really get their kudos, which I like. I watched a rig rundown of them. I don't know if you ever watched that stuff on YouTube, but
Yeah,
man, I that's like my crack cocaine, dude. Rig rundowns. I'll watch those. I'll look up and it'll be like 2 hours later. I'm like, damn, how many times can I watch the Jason Isbell rig rundown? Like it's the
yeah,
same shit. It never changes, man.
yeah. With the
But dude,
dude,
I love it.
yeah, his guitar. What's he call that? Like red eye or
Oh, the Les Paul, yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah.
like
Yeah,
probably like
that thing is nuts.
yeah. I love like all things gear, and I love it's everybody will have the same thing, but they use it in like a tiny different way, and it makes a huge difference. And like, because I'm constantly like, with because even if you have like the same pedals, like where do you put them? Where do you put them in the chain? And then their
Yeah.
explanation of why it sits there. When people do this, but I do this. It's kind of cool. That and
It's
especially,
it's it's funny. Our bass player, Steve, is as far as gear goes, him and I are like blood brothers gear wise. And and like so he's self-admittedly like he's a bass player. He plays a little bit of guitar and he's got some of the coolest like cuz we both I like old stuff. I like vintage old stuff and he's the same way. And he kind of got it in my head where like there's just something about a even if it just looks old, it feels different. It feels different when you're holding it, when you're playing it. And I was like, I don't know if I buy that. And I got the Paul Reed Smith and the SG. And so I'm playing the Paul Reed Smith and it's more of a modern thing. I play the SG. I'm like, yeah, you're right. It's like the older feeling stuff for me feels better. It feels different. And he's the same way. He finally got me he he put it in my head where it made sense. Like, oh yeah, that's what it is.
yeah. And some people always have like crazy stories of why it sounds better. Like
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about all that stuff.
they'd be like
But
pre World War II solder had
yeah,
this in it, and this was what made it sound better, and blah blah blah. And it's like I love Eric Johnson, but when he said he could hear the difference of what battery was in his pedal, I'm like,
they will
what?
they will fight you over those 9-volt batteries, man.
Yeah,
Like the guys the fuzz, like the real serious fuzz guys, like you've got to get an ever ready from this SKU number or it
yeah,
doesn't. It's like, dude. I can't. I
It's
can't get into all that stuff,
I
man.
know,
That's too
it's
much.
oh, dude, way too much. And like the companies will make batteries in that spec, and it's just like, really, like it's a fuzz pedal. It destroys the guitar signal.
It
Like
yeah, it's
that's
gonna
what it
it's
does.
meant to sound like butt cheeks, and you're trying to, like you're trying to get these boutique 9-volt batteries to make it sound what? More butt cheeks? Like, that's not a thing. It's gonna sound like shit no matter what, and that's
Yeah.
what it's supposed to do. It's
Ah,
fine.
it,
It's fine.
one of the guitar sounds that changed my life was the first time I heard Ozzy Osbourne, Perry Mason. I was like, what is that? It's isolated. It probably sounds like hot garbage, but in the mix and just how, and when he hits those pinch harms, you're just like, what in the hell is going on? I had
That's
to know what it
something that
was.
that's something that I'm so glad that I learned, like from this kind of music, is the difference between like a good guitar tone and a good guitar tone in the mix. Like it's completely different thing.
Yeah.
And so, you want I don't want to get too in the weeds, but as a guitar player, like you want all that bass and you want the mids in a certain place when you're playing by yourself, and then you go up on stage and it just disappears.
Yeah.
So being in this kind of music where the guitar really does have to be like you want to hear what they're playing, it matters. It's not just now I'm not like dogging other styles of music,
Hmm.
but like you got to hear the note definition, you know what I mean? Being that I've grown more as a guitar player since I started doing this than in the 20 years before.
So,
It's been the best thing for me as a guitar player, tone wise and all that, even playing. Like
yeah.
I've gotten so much better watching some of these other guys in our scene. Just like dude, Josh Weathers. Like we did a thing a little while back, and I knew everybody had always talked about how incredible of a musician Josh is, and to watch him come out of the crowd, come up on stage with us, and out of nowhere, like without prompting or we didn't talk about it or anything, we're doing, superstitious. And he's shredding on bass, picks up a guitar, starts shredding on guitar. Our buddy Kirk House was there. I don't know if you know Kirk stuff. He's unbelievable. Fantastic guitar player. And I'm just sitting back going, I have got to get better. Like immediately.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But it's great. It's great. That's this scene is so supportive and th- like obviously everybody wants to do their thing and everybody wants to be successful, but I'm telling you, man, this scene is so damn supportive. Like guys, like we talked a little bit beforehand, when our singer's dad had passed away just not a week ago. People were reaching out from all over the place. Just didn't even want to make a thing about it. Wasn't a big deal. Just like, hey, be sure and let him know, this and that. Dude, you don't get that kind of stuff in every kind of scene. I
Yeah.
know back when I was playing different styles of music, it was cutthroat, man. And people would kick the legs right out of you. And this is as family like styled a scene as I've ever seen in my life. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Everybody's rooting for each other for the most part. Everybody's, you know, I'm one of my favorite parts of doing this music is meeting these dudes that and I don't try to hide it at all. When I met John Teague for the first time, I almost pissed my pants. And I could tell he was like, "What is going on? Is this guy jacking with me?" No, man. I'm super excited to meet you. I love your music, and I don't mind telling people that. It's that kind of scene, man. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Yeah, dude, 100%. Like people just don't understand, like how just how everything is so entwined. It's like just big spider web
Oh
uh,
yeah,
and everybody, like, man, somebody get their van and trailer stolen. Next thing you know, another band will be like, here, we're off this weekend. Here's all our stuff. And
yeah. Just a little while ago, the Huser brothers van, their van died in the middle of I don't even remember where it was. It's the middle of nowhere. they put out on Facebook like, "Hey, is there anybody in this 0-person town that could help us out?" I think they had a van within a couple hours. It was unbelievable. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable. It's just that's the kind of people that it is, man. It's like when they talk about, like, I don't want to give a shameless plug, but when you talk about good old boys, like it's that kind of stuff, man. It's just good dudes that are like, we're all excited to see our friends do well,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh,
It's awesome.
100%. And man, if people want to see it, come to the I don't know what they're gonna call it. Come to one of the country versus metal things, and it's amazing. And I love when people don't know each other and how they end up, becoming friends. I always say like John Cott the one year was like, that guy was in American Aquarium. I love American Aquarium. I have to meet him right
Yeah.
now. And we're like, yeah, dude, we're gonna go over. It's and
Did
it's
you introduce him to Bill? Was he talking about Bill?
Bill, yeah. Yeah, the one year
I'll
he's
tell
like,
you what. I'll tell you what. You quote me. Bill's a piece of shit. I hate Bill. Bill's the worst person I've ever met in my life. He knows it. Bill is probably the nicest, sweetest human being on the planet. I wish the world was 80 billion people of Bills. He's
yeah,
just the best guy on the planet. The sweetest human being I've ever met.
yeah.
Can't say enough good stuff about Bill.
Dude, I like the coolest thing about Bill to me is also he's from out here. He
Yeah,
knows.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's funny.
We
He
were talking
posts.
about New Jersey the other day at your thing. We were talking about New Jersey. Yeah.
Yeah, when like I loved all the comments when people are like, "What do you mean in your element?" I'm like, dude, like we eat hoagies and meatball sandwiches on the trash can out here. Like that's like the chill spot,
I feel
And
like that's where I need to be. I feel like I'm a meatball by the trash can kind of guy, man.
yeah, hey, what's up? What's up?
I need some trash can meatballs, bro. I need some trash can meatballs.
You ain't never lived.
You ain't never
Yeah.
lived.
Wait, you don't have Wawa's down there. There's
No,
well, you got what? Bucky's,
we do have Bucky's. Be
Circle K. The
jealous.
Circle K. Do they have food? That's
Yeah, they got hot dog rollers, man. Hot
yeah,
dog rollers. That's about it.
dude. One of my things is I don't know why. I after the bar, if I see like a hop in 7-Eleven, I'll buy everything on the grill. And people are just like, "Yo, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Nope."
We have a joke as a band. There's two places. I feel sorry for an Allsips or a Taco Bell if any of us have had any amount of alcohol because it's going down.
Yeah,
And dude, I can put away some Taco Bell. So
yeah,
it I gotta be real. Like, most people drink slow so they don't make a fool out of themselves. I have to drink slow so I don't eat too much Taco Bell. You know what I
yeah.
mean? That's where I get into trouble.
That's that's funny. We right before I saw them Dirty Roses at work, we everybody got a family pack, 12 tacos. We had a contest, and one guy he crushed it. He did it in 14:14. I did it in 16:44, and the other guy in 23 minutes. But man, what a mistake! Because I was
What a
going out to see
mistake.
them Dirty Roses, and I was like,
No.
oh, I had
What a
like
mistake.
2 Imodiums in me. I was just like, at least the venue had like nice appliances.
You need a Steve, our bass player. I don't. He's like a Inspector Gadget with like Imodium and Pepto. We always make a joke. He's probably hiding like the cure for cancer somewhere in that bag because he's got everything. Like, all you have to do is go, oh man, I feel kind of like, oh, I think I might have heartburn. You want heartburn medicine? I got some. It's in my bag. It doesn't matter what it is. He's like literally the feel better doctor or Inspector Gadget.
Yeah,
The best.
the band pharmacist.
The band pharmacist, yes.
what, do
Band doctor.
what do you need?
I got, yeah. The trench coat, he just opens it up and it's
Yeah,
all the shit
fly
inside
by
the.
night. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, everybody, every Every band needs that. It's because man, like, and Taco Bell's cheap. Because I know a lot of times, like when I would TM and have guys on per diem, you know, a box of the family box of tacos goes a long
Oh yeah.
way, and
Oh yeah.
and the theatrics after that, because like our band, I just remember the one guy. He just said, "I want you to think of the time you handed out the most Diablo packets you ever handed out. I want that 3 times over." And like
Oh,
he would he'd drink them. Like if he had a
it,
solid movement, he was not happy. Like he preferred it
what
of just
what a wild animal. What a
oh,
wild
dude.
animal.
I'm like, dude, there's something wrong with you. He would we would go to Mexican restaurants. He'd take the top off the Chipotle hot sauce and he would ask for a bowl. He put it in a bowl and eat it like a soup. We didn't have smoke breaks. We had like bathroom breaks so we could
Hot sauce. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
like
Ours is Thai food. Like
ooh
they always I don't really get into it like that, but they always will fight on who does the spiciest Thai food, which I'm pretty sure I'd probably die, but I don't. I can't do that.
yeah no it's
Too much. Too
yeah
much.
it hurts. It's not worth it. Like
It that it hurts. That's
yes
it. It hurts.
yeah I'm gonna hurt myself from the inside out.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
want to do that.
I'm gonna start at the top and work all the way to the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, like when sitting around, you don't think of how long your intestines are until you eat something extremely hot, and you
Feel
just
it the whole way.
oh, this slow down the drain. It's just
No,
yeah,
thank you.
yeah,
No.
same. Uh, Especially on a show day, it's like
Oh,
give me
dude, I've
chicken.
gotten to where like I don't even like to eat like dude, I'll eat like a light breakfast and show days. I'll eat after the show.
Yeah,
I don't even like doing it before the show anymore.
yeah,
Just not
especially
worth it.
yeah, especially as a guitar player, you got to worry about what's on your hands, your fingers, what you
Oh
eat.
yeah.
It's and there's always that awkward moment where they know you're in the band. You walk out of the bathroom, or you're walking out of the bathroom, and they're just looking at you like, "You're not going to wash your hands." And you're like, "I can't. I want to let them know that I can't wash my hands because I will tear all my calluses off." And
I have to tell this story because so the very first time I met Dylan from Lowdown, I'm a huge Lowdown Drifters fan, huge, and I'd been listening to them nonstop for uh, probably a year at that point, almost exclusively. Them and Band of Heathens, it was like back and forth. And I just happened to be in Rhinestone one night, and I walked into the bathroom, and he was in the bathroom, and like I told you, I don't mind. Like I get excited when I see people that I dig,
yeah,
and I just kind of I looked at him and I did, and all he did, he goes, and he just walked out like the coolest freaking guy on the planet. And you do your thing, come out of the bathroom, and he was waiting out there. He's like, "You want to get a picture, man?" Like, hell yeah, I want to get a picture, man. And that was it. It was like from that point on. But yeah, I met Dylan in the bathroom, which of course I met Dylan in the bathroom. Of course.
I love that story. I wanted to, I want to be like that kind of famous, where you can just
Hey,
be like,
yeah, man, right?
yeah,
Like, you son of a bitch.
that's
That's
right.
the coolest thing I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
I am who you think I am. I
I
am.
I'm that guy. Yep.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, and it's like because somebody like I'll joke like when people are like, "Well, how famous do you want to be?" I'm like, I want to be able to like throw dubs, like a comedian said. Like every time you walk in a room, just not. But I don't know. I don't want to have stories about me like I hear of Prince. You know what I mean? When they're like, you have to talk to me. You cannot talk directly to
You
Prince."
can't
Like,
talk to Prince. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't ever want to get like that. I just, just
Well,
theatrically.
being from a small town, like Randall likes to tell a story, like because we're all originally from very small towns, and Randall lives in a town called Whitney, and it's a relatively small town, and like he'll get stopped in the grocery store, and like he'll tell you like the first couple times it was like, oh, this is cool, and now he's like, dude, I'm here to buy toilet paper. Like I'm not trying to be that guy, but like
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get my toilet paper or whatever, you know. Let me do my thing. So that's all you got to do. If you want to feel famous, just do kind of good and live in a small town, and
Yeah.
you'll feel it to a certain extent for sure.
Yeah. Dude, people ask, they're like, do you ever get recognized? I'm like, not up here. And the only one time I did was I was on stage, and I always tell this story. There's a girl comes up to me and she goes, man, you look like this guy on TikTok. And I was like, oh, really? And she goes, yeah, but he doesn't play guitar. I was like, oh
Yeah, he
man.
does.
I was like, yeah, I'm that guy. But yeah, I play guitar. I don't, and I always tell myself I gotta start incorporating that, because like not a lot of people know I play. And one of the most incredible things was at this Oktoberfest, Larry Joe Taylor was there,
Yeah.
and he asked me, he's like, how come you haven't come to my festival? And I was like, dude, everybody talks about it. I know about it. I would love to come. I'm like, what am I going to do? Travel and then go to a Walmart and get a tent? We don't have, I've never been to like a festival like that. We don't have anything like that out here. Like we had Firefly, but
Yeah.
I never went. And I'm like, dude,
Everybody would take care of you though.
Well,
Everybody would take care of you.
that's what he said. He said, dude, you're going to be fine. We're going to put you up in this, that, and this. And he was like, and not only do I want you to come, I want you to play guitar with me. And I was like, oh,
Hell yeah, man. That's
And I'm
awesome.
like, all right. And then like, he was like, yeah, we talked a little bit. And I like ran off. I was like, Steve like, just said he wants me to play guitar for him. And like a Derek Hay was there. She's like, dude, that's a huge deal. I'm like, I was like,
yeah, that's awesome.
I'm like, man, and then like, the more I Googled, I'm like, dude, that's like, that would be amazing. Cause like, you know, not a lot of people know that I play guitar. And I've done a couple songs for people because but you know, I don't have the outlet anymore, because all my music friends out here are just like, yeah, the music scene just, it's all tribute bands out here, man. It's like, if like the not even
Yeah.
cover bands, it's and I can't get down like to tribute bands, like bands that are still alive. I don't.
We
It's such
talk
a huge
about
market.
that for like no disrespect at all.
I know.
But
Yeah,
that's one of those things that like if I get to the place, because you know, like I talked about earlier, I'm the oldest guy in the band. If I get to a place where I'm having to like do a tribute thing to stay, dude, I'll stay home with the kids. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Not that you know that's just not my deal. I wouldn't want to do that either. That's not really my
yeah.
thing
They make
for
a
sure.
fortune though. The guitar
Oh,
players.
absolutely.
It
That's the
blew my
thing,
mind.
man. People I don't want to get off on a tangent too bad,
Yeah,
but people will ask about that a lot, like as far as like, oh man, you guys make a lot of money and this and that. This band, oh, I don't even know if I should say it. Like we just don't care. It's not it's that part of it has now, with that being said, anybody that's watching this that wants to book us for a show, we do like to get paid.
yeah,
But like we don't care. It's not it couldn't be further from what's important to us at all, you know.
yeah,
As long as people are having a good time, like that's the thing. We you know, we started it as a fun deal, and the fact that we're getting to play for people at all is, you know,
yeah,
and not only that, but we're getting to play with like our friends and people that we look up to and bands that we actually listen to in our free time, you know. Like, come on. That that's hard to beat. That's hard
yeah,
to beat.
dude, 100%. And I'll tell people, it's like one of the easiest ways to lose a friend: lend them money, get money involved. But if you're having fun and you're making music, those checks and stuff, they get bigger organically without you having the press for it. Without, because like once you get the following,
100%.
and you just keep that out of your head, because man, that'll drive a band apart when they're like, well, you know, what's this? And because to a point where I used to tell, like, if you're just starting out, you need a job. You cannot live off of this money. Get a job.
100%.
Work at Burger King.
100%.
Work at McDonald's. You need a job. But it'll get to a point if you put in the work, you put in, you got good content, you got good songs, you got good stage presence, it's going to happen. It might be a grind, but everything's going to get bigger by itself. It's just the way of the road. You're not going to get a huge following and be like the door money's going to go down. Like, no, it's
Yeah. Well, I think that's kind of the unspoken thing with playing music people don't realize the grind is fun.
yeah,
Like a lot of times the grind is a lot of fun. Like there's places that we're getting to see, like we were talking about earlier, being the opening guy, like there's the stress level is a little bit lower. It's not your baby. You're not having to, you know, worry about making the right amount of people there or whatever. So it's like we're getting to see things and do things. What else would we be doing? You
yeah,
know? So it's the grind is that's how we look at it. Like the grind is fun, the build is fun, playing for our friends is fun. It you know, again, when you're our age, because we're none of us are youngsters, but all of this is like almost like extra for us. It's this feels like a bonus. Like holy shit, we shouldn't be getting to do all this, you
yeah,
know?
yeah. Some people never leave the garage. It's just
Yeah, and maybe that's all you want to do. I, I get that too, but man, once it started kind of taking off for us, it was like, oh wow, this is awesome. This is really cool. Like because we had no expectations. There was zero expectations. It was just have fun with your friends. That was it.
yeah, yeah, and man, it's become a big thing now.
Yeah, yeah, a lot bigger than we thought it would be. I mean, there's still, miles and miles to go, but it's already so much bigger and better than what we expected by, like I said, by miles. It's like I didn't think I'd be doing podcasts with anybody.
Yeah,
Certainly not with you, you know? It's crazy.
yeah. It is it definitely is a wild ride, especially when you expect nothing of it, or we're just do this thing for fun, and next thing you know, you're like, hey man, I'm getting recognized at the store. you know,
Yeah, at the grocery store. Yeah.
hey,
Yeah,
what are
for
you eating
sure.
on that trash can, Roy?
I man, I'm gonna fly up. We're gonna eat sandwiches by the trash can.
Yeah. Hey, Bill, got room for
Bill,
got room for two, and eating all trash cans in dirty Jersey.
dude, sign me up. It sounds like a dream come true.
Yeah. Oh, it's fun. It's because he comes down, or I'd be like, he, I'd be like, Where's like a good sandwich spot?" He goes, "Oh, dude, you're in Texas. It ain't like home."
No.
He's like, If you want brisket, you're in the place.
Yeah.
You want
Oh yeah.
barbecue." He's like, "What you're thinking of? Cheesesteaks and sandwiches." He goes, "No, don't even bother. You want Italian food? You're gonna have to drive 34 hours that way." He's like, I can't find anything like that down here, because I guess at home that's all over the place. Or up here, it's like
Yeah.
sandwich, with the Philly cheesesteaks. Or live right by Philly, so that's what everybody
I
when
can't I
you
can't
can.
even imagine.
That's the one thing people, when they're like, "Dude, where should we get cheesesteaks?" I'm like, "You're in Philadelphia. This is where the country was born. The Constitution signed it right next to
Oh,
Independence
no, I
Hall."
want a sandwich.
Yeah. "Where's the Rocky statue? I want to run up the steps."
Yeah.
I'm like, that's
I
at the
want a
art
I
museum.
want a sandwich and some steps.
Yeah.
That's
I'm like,
funny.
dude, I worked with for one boss, and if he saw people running up the steps, because there's countless priceless pieces of art in that building, and they run up the steps, take a picture of the statue, and they just walk away. And it drives them, used to drive them bananas. He's like, the history that's in that building, priceless works of art, and that stupid statue. I'm like, what's iconic? Everybody grew up in that era. Was like, like, oh, I'm gonna go do that, and it's just funny.
Yeah.
Where's the cheesesteaks? I'm like, dude, we're in an Independence Hall right now. They're like, okay, yeah, we'll do that in the morning, but
It and it's probably like us with barbecue where people go, "Where's the barbecue?" It's like, listen, you're gonna you're gonna have to try to find bad barbecue.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like with the cheesesteaks, like where's the cheesesteak? Anywhere. Just go get one. They're all gonna be better than what you're used to, probably.
yeah,
So I know what you mean.
yeah. That's the one cool thing about touring is it's finding cool little spots and trying new places. And
Oh yeah.
we always, it's weird. Like we'd be like, that place looks terrible. Let's go eat there. Because
I had
some
a I had a buddy that used to be our game is we would go look for the worst looking Mexican restaurant
that's
and
exactly
that would be the one try. And dude, 9 times out of 10 it
it's
was
banging.
amazing. It
Yeah,
was amazing. Yeah.
100%. It looked like it got the big bad wolf blew it down. They rebuilt
Yeah.
it, and
Oh
you
yeah.
go in and you're like, when you see all the the vibrant colors and everything, and a lot of times if they have like the different kind of hot sauces, you're like, oh, we're at a legit spot.
Yeah. Or
And
if it's warm hot sauce, oh, that's when you know it's good. When it's warm,
yeah,
it's over. It's
yeah,
over.
there's man, there's so many cool things to do when you're traveling, and stuff like that. And it's funny is like prior to like I'm like, man, we should write these places down because we'd be like, what was that place called? You can't even ask because normally you just find it like just being lost,
Right?
and
Yeah.
you're just like, man, we gotta start writing down where these places are. That was another thing of travel, doing the band stuff and learn how to like take notes and keep things together while keeping it fun and stuff like that. But you get better the longer you do it, and it is cool. Just you get to see things and places that probably no one else but the locals know about and stuff like that.
That's and like you said, that's the beauty of it, man. That's part of the holy crap, I can't believe we get to do this,
Yeah,
Just being able to do that kind of stuff for sure.
yeah, yeah. And there's the times where everybody in the band's just eating peanut butter and jelly because like
Oh
stuff
yeah.
happens.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's when you really like, do I want to do this? Is this really what I want to do? Like, yeah, yeah, it's all right.
Yeah,
Peanut butter's not that
yeah. It's
bad.
I've seen one of my favorite bands beg for money so they can
Mm,
afford the peanut butter. And they have like a sign deal. And they're like, well, we get paid in check. The bank's not open. I'm like, dude,
yeah.
that was wild. And they're like, dude, just life on the road. It's expensive, you know?
It's like, yeah, it's
It-
tough
yeah,
for
be
sure.
be frugal and spend your money on all the other fun stuff too, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, man, we've been talking for like an hour and a half. Is there
It's
anything?
flying by.
It's flying by. Is there anything you wanted to talk about?
Come see us at a show.
Yeah.
Let me pull up I'm terrible with this, so let me pull up the show dates. We love playing live. That's our bread and butter. So if you are interested in our band whatsoever, definitely come check us out live. I hope you wouldn't be disappointed. We're going to be at Union 28 this Saturday in Midlothian, Texas. I guess I have to say that Midlothian, Texas. We'll be at Union 28. We'll be in our hometown. This is a special one. We'll be in our hometown Hillsboro doing an acoustic duo, which we do not do many of these. We like to rock and roll loud, so anytime there's an opportunity to see us as an acoustic duo, that's a rare thing. But we'll be there on December the 5th at Bearded Wheat Distillery in our hometown Hillsboro, Texas. And then, yeah, man, we got a little bit of a break. It's holiday season, trying to spend time with family, but
Yeah.
we're back at it December 12th, backyard in Waco. So yeah, y'all Oh, and real quick, we've got two big ones. I really want to get these out there. Two big ones. We're opening for the great and powerful Sam Riggs, December the 18th at the one and only Antones in Austin, Texas. That's such a huge show for us. Growing up a blues fan, Antones in Texas is like, um, dare I say, the Ryman for country music.
Nice.
Antones in Texas for blues is the mecca. It is the end all be all. And then that's December the 18th. On December the 19th, we're opening for Sam again at Love and War in Texas, in Plano. Um, get your tickets; those are selling very, 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 very quickly. And if you want to listen to any of our music, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple, everywhere that's streaming. Ghosts of Hill County, Ghosts with an S of Hill County.com, and Facebook, Instagram, it's all the same. We we cannot thank you enough, Patrick. You were the first person to put us on anything, and if you knew how much that meant to us, um, brother, means the world to us. You wore our shirt before, dude. I We cannot tell you how much we appreciate the support that you've given us, um, and you're doing a kick-ass thing, and we really, 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 genuinely appreciate you, man.
Oh, dude, I appreciate you guys as well. And we're not done. We still got to get more fans out there because there's people that want your music. They just need it to be put in front of their face.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So yeah, man. Do you want to talk about anything else or?
Well, let's talk politics and religion, and let's call it a night. What do you think, brother?
Let's
No, man.
divide everybody.
Uh we've got we're gonna get into the studio. I think we've got 7 or 8 songs already ready for the next record. We are super excited to show everybody the new music. It's loud and obnoxious and very much what you would come to expect from us. Lots of crazy guitar work, amazing singing, big, loud, powerful drums, killer bass riffs. Um, yeah, man, we're just excited to see where this year goes. I'll tell you the main thing. Anybody that's listening, this is going to be a shameless plug. Anybody that's listening that wants us on your festival lineup, hit us up. Booking at ghostofhillcounty.com. We would love to get into some more festivals to bring our silliness to the people. And that's one thing that we've really tried to get our sticky little fingers into is some festival lineups. We would love to get into any and every festival that would have us. It would be amazing.
Yeah, that'll definitely put you in front of a lot of people.
That's our main thing, man. Just trying to get in front of the people, man. That we've had some really, really awesome opportunities thus far, and we just want to keep building. And I think the more people we can get in front of, the the more it grows. Because every show, it seems like we're walking away with, holy crap, I'd never heard of you guys. We're gonna listen to all your stuff now. It's awesome.
Yeah,
It's a really, really great thing. We love
yeah,
it.
and like I said, that's just what people need because people are if people like the kind of music you're making, they're gonna love you guys. Because like you said, everybody is very talented in the band, and you're gonna be able, like just even just listening, you're gonna have a great time. Just pick out one and go back and listen to everything together, and hear the drums and even like the bass is bumping and
Oh
doing
yeah.
really cool riffs, and
Oh yeah.
you guys are tearing on the guitars, and his voice, Randall's voice, is just it's spot on.
It's we're very lucky. We're very lucky that we all found each other when we did, and have put together the stuff that we've done. We don't we're very humble guys, and we don't like to really talk about ourselves a lot. But the one thing that we always say, it's kind of our mantra, is we have this thing where we say, hate to be after us. Like that's our that's kind of the mentality that we have. Is like not we're not trying to like you know we just we're giving it 100%
Yeah,
every single show, and I'd hate to be after us.
yeah,
That's kind of our mantra, you
just
know.
driving nails in the stage.
Yep, yep, absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's a good way to be. And I I know exactly what you're saying. When we're not saying we're the
No,
best,
no,
but
we're
let's
not. And
let's go
dude,
destroy.
there, there is nothing better. And me and Randall talk about this all the time. There is no better feeling than either watching a band or seeing a band after us and knowing we got our asses kicked. Like we got our asses played off the stage. Because if you're playing us off the stage, y'all are damn good. You know what I mean? And that there's literally no better feelings. Like hell yeah, this is a good night. These people are getting their money's worth. You
Yeah,
know, that's the goal. You know what I mean? That's what we want. We want people to come out and have a good time and feel like they spent their 20, 30, whatever bucks, and it meant something. It
yeah,
wasn't a waste of a night.
yeah, and
You know how hard it is. I got 3 kids, man. It's hard to get a free night out, you
yeah,
know? That's tough.
yeah,
You go
yeah,
out, you wanna get your money's worth, man.
yeah. Have a memorable experience because
Yeah,
the rarity,
yeah,
especially when like I mean, other than live music, like you can pretty much stream anything now or bring
sure.
anything to holding it in your hand. So
Yep,
to
absolutely.
get people to open up those doors and to walk up and be on the rail and go listen to live music is that's it's it's hard to get people out.
Yeah, yeah, it is. But there's so much good stuff out there, like, that's what gives me that's what gets me excited is there's so much good stuff out there. So many good bands out there that people just don't even know what they're missing yet, you know?
Yeah,
And hopefully things get a little bit easier on everybody here as time goes on, and it's not as tough to go out and give your money away. I know it's tough, man. It's tough, but
yeah,
we're getting there.
definitely. Yeah, you guys would be fine. There's so
Yeah,
much talent in that band that
thank you, thank
yeah,
you.
yeah, you guys sound great on record, and I definitely want to make a show one day.
Well, if you get down here, you let us know and we'll treat you like a king, I promise.
Nice. Just make sure Carson doesn't throw a stick at me.
Never know with that guy, never know.
Yeah. Oh man, that's funny.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I hope to get it down there and check you guys out because yeah, I definitely dig the sound a lot.
Well, thank you,
And
thank you so much. We appreciate it.
it's in my realm. It's got the
Right.
heavy, it's got the groove, yeah, and
Hell yeah, man.
I can hear the words. They're delivered
That
in a very nice tone. It's
Absolutely. He's really good at that. He's
yeah,
really good at that.
yeah. That's the
Yep.
one thing that I love about like your kind of music. It still has the heaviness, and it has, but it's got heavy lyrics and like the voice and the vocals are just delivered in a way where you can hear what he's saying and you can feel what he's saying, and I dig it. That's the
Oh
one
yeah.
thing I love.
He's 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 something special, man. We're very lucky to have him.
Yeah,
Honestly, we really are.
yeah. Because without a good singer, man, that's an even more uphill battle.
Heck yeah. Like I said, everybody plays guitar. Not
Yeah,
everybody sings like that, man.
yeah,
You-
100. Yeah, that's 1,000 times %. Yeah,
Yep.
irreplaceable.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But hell yeah, man. Thank you for coming on and taking the time to talk. I appreciate
For
it.
sure. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. We again can't tell you how much we appreciate your support, man. It
Yeah.
really means the world to us.
And if you ever need anything or whatnot, feel free to hit me up like 100%.
Same for you, especially if you're coming down here, man. Anytime you're down here, holler at us.
All right. Yeah, I definitely will.
All
That's
right,
for
brother.
sure. All right, Roy. Well, you have a good night, man.